else if you...
You have 10 seconds to tell this pilot to turn this crate around.
Don't mind her. She gets a little cranky when there's no in-flight movie.
10 seconds!
Come on, Gina. We both know you can't count that high. It's time to just sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
I'm telling you to turn this damn thing around. Do you hear me? Do it now.
Mrs. Armati, there's a weather report coming in.
I don't like those clouds.
Where do you think you're taking me?
She said we'd beat the storm.
They say it changed course. Right into our flight plan.
Don't you know this is kidnapping?
No, let's just call it pest control, Gina. Take a 30-degree. We'll try to get around it because we're not turning back.
All right.
Yes, you are. You turn this plane around now.
Gina, no, wait. You're going to love this little island. It's very private. And it's filled with natives who don't eat anybody unless they don't like them. So please don't try to irritate them.
All you're going to do is postpone the wedding. You can't prevent it.
I intend to leave you on this desolate island until you give up the tape. Then Cece and I are going to be married, and you can't do anything about it.
That's what you think. You know what? You can fly this lousy plane around the whole world, and I won't get off until we get to L.A.
Oh, then it means I might have to just throw you out of the plane. I'd hate to do something like that.
Look at those clouds.
Oh, come on. Hey, come on. Don't run off. This is your hour of glory. I'm a sucker for heroes. I'd like to worship you, darling.
Would you leave me alone?
No, your obvious delight at seeing Eden is something I would love to bask in.
Please, Keith.
Try to understand. I mean, you must have had a lot of real nasty fights with Eden, just like Katie, and she is in the way. She's an obstacle towards getting crews, just the way that Katie was, and then suddenly out of nowhere, she nearly drowned.
You're crazy, you know that?
I am mesmerized with how you arrange. What is it, voodoo? Is it some antic art you learned in Hollywood? Why did you let Eden drown, huh? Why didn't you? Huh? She was in the way a lot more than Katie was. I mean, why did she survive, and why did Katie have to die? Upon what do you base your selections, darling?
I would have saved Katie if I could. Whether you believe it or not, I did not want her to die.
One of those fortunate surprises.
Look, Keith, I didn't know that Katie was in serious trouble. If I had known, I would have been out there in a second. I would have been out there the first time that she called for help.
First time? What does that mean? How many times did Katie try to call for help?
Oh, Cruz.
I don't know what's true or real, what changes or what stays the same. All I know is it's no good this way. I didn't want to say it. I didn't even want to think it. But that's the truth.
No. It won't be over between us. It won't. I won't let it. I won't. I was wrong. And I want to change. You fell in love with me the way I am. You've always known the way I am. You wanted to marry me. And we are married in the eyes of God.
I will not be a party to hurting innocent people and pretending it didn't happen.
I'm not pretending it didn't happen.
Yes, you are. And not only that, you want me to say it's all right and just let it go at that.
You're not being fair. And don't look at me that way. You and Tori, you didn't think about what your actions would have on Katie? No, because nobody has that kind of foresight. And I made a mistake, and I'm sorry. I'm terribly, terribly sorry. Are you saying you're any better than I am?
No, I'm not, and I never have.
Don't leave, please. Please talk to me.
You knew the hell that Tori and I went through over Katie. You knew. And even knowing, you provoked the same kind of scene, and you swam out to the sea just like Katie did. I mean, that was an unbelievably cruel thing to do.
Dear God, I wasn't trying to recreate the same type of situation.
What, you just wanted to go for a swim, Eden?
I went into the ocean because I didn't want to look at Victoria's face anymore. I didn't want to hear anything from her. I went there because I wanted to get away from her. I wanted her to shut up. And I know I wasn't thinking rationally at the time, no.
Uh-huh. Like when you ran your car into the wall at the airport like I did? I mean, you were trying to make a point then. You admitted as much later. I think you were trying to prove another one with the scene at the beach. Now, maybe someday you will admit that too. Except that it will be too late.
That's one of the cruelest things you could ever say to me.
Is it?
Maybe you are right. Maybe it is over and I should get out of your life.
Lionel there?
Yes. No, well, yes. Caroline, I'm glad you're here. Lionel's in the living room. He's very depressed, but he won't say so. He doesn't want to see anybody. Now, he's like a father to me, so I wish you would go in and talk to him.
Well, of course.
He's got a picture of Augusta with him.
Oh.
Look, I'll go upstairs. That way you can talk privately. I know you'll know what to do, because he always smiles when he's around you.
All right, thank you, Ellie. Lionel?
Caroline.
I know you don't want to see anyone, but I persuaded Alice to let me in.
Somehow I imagined that Alice insisted that you come in.
Well, she's looking out for you.
I don't want her to worry about me. She was very beautiful, wasn't she?
You make her sound as if she's dead.
Something happened today.
When Augusta didn't show up at the party?
Yeah, I guess so. I can just make it through the night. I'll be fine.
You aren't just talking about getting through one night without Augusta, are you?
No, I'm not.
You know, when Jane's father left me, I still made breakfast for 3. I kept buying his favorite shirts. I'd dress up so I'd be ready when he'd come home from work at night. And then when I go to bed for weeks, I still thought he'd come back to me. And then when it hit, I rushed out and I made as many mistakes as I could. I looked for love and affection and comfort in all the wrong places. I guess I still do.
Augusta used to say that she wore the days of our marriage like a string of perfectly matched pearls. That string is broken. It is broken and she's gone.
Well, at least you know that she once loved you.
Your husband didn't?
Oh, it took me years to realize how blind I'd been. Of course, I never told Jane.
Very strong.
You don't know me.
I can accept Augusta's been gone. What I can't accept is the reason she left. I can't believe that a person can just wake up one day and stop loving someone, stop caring. It lays waste so many years of life.
No, it doesn't. I mean, you still have all your years of your marriage to look back on.
I didn't even mean the past. I meant the ones to come. We had so much to look forward to. And now...
Santana.
Oh, hi, Brick.
You know what? I got some great news. I finally got Lily just right where I want her. What's wrong? What happened? Something.
This happened.
You okay?
I knew it was going to happen. I've known about it for weeks.
Or it still hurts. I loved it.
So many things came true when we got married. They just didn't stay true. Everything just started dying. It was kind of like watching a sunset, slow and inevitable. Nothing in the world you could do to stop it. But once it got dark, you didn't know which way to go.
You find your way home. You still have Brandon.
Yes, and I'm going to fight for him. Somehow I am going to get him away from Cece and Gina. I am not going to let her win. I could have lived with Cece taking care of Brandon, but now that she's going to marry him, it's just driving me out of my mind.
Got any ideas?
I'm prepared to do whatever I have to, whatever it takes.
Good. I'd like to see you get Brandon back, Santana. I'd like to help you do it, too. Will you let me?
Having you for me, I'm not alone.
No, you're not.
Then do you know that you're not alone either?
Move it! Move it! Get out of here! He's got his hands full, and he doesn't need you. Sit and stay there. I'm surprised you're not doing the piloting, Sophia. After all, I heard you can fly.
Someone's got to keep you in line, Gina.
I don't care who you're married to. You're going to end up in jail for this.
It'd be worth it.
I don't know if you're selfish or stupid. All I'm asking for is 6 months as Mrs. C.C. Capwell. And then I'll hand over the tape and your dear darling Kelly can go back to town and she'll be cleared. You really want to risk that all now?
You are going to be so sick of this island, I'm going to put you on this snake-infested, bug-ridden island that you're going to beg me to let you off.
Me? Thank you. I am going to be Mrs. C.C. Capwell. Yes, and C.C.'s going to be furious with you for endangering our agreement.
Alan, why don't we go ahead and radio C.C. and ask him what we think he should do?
You got it.
Where are you going?
I'm going to get a suitcase so I can pack. That's what you want, isn't it? Do you know what it feels like? To feel like you're drowning? Do you know what you think about?
Not firsthand.
I felt my arms. They were heavy. And I knew I had to turn around. But then I started feeling cramps. And I didn't think I was going to make it. That I was going to die, I was going to drown. And I saw Victoria on the shore. And I knew she wasn't going to help me. And I knew that this must have been how Katie felt. I felt the water rushing up over my head. And I didn't know if I was crying or I was screaming. And you want to know what I thought about in those last few seconds? I thought about you. I thought about when we were in Europe and we first met. And when we met again in Santa Barbara. How much in love I was with you. We always had this intense electricity between us. And I thought about the first time we made love. How perfect it was. And how painful it was that I would never feel anything like that ever again. And then I felt everything go black. And my lungs felt like they were bursting. Because I was dying. I was dying. And the water just rushed up over me. And then I heard voices. And I didn't know if I was alive or if I was dead. But I opened my eyes. And I saw you standing there with your hand out to Tori. And the way you touched each other was so full of warmth and tenderness. And later on, when they were going to put me in the ambulance, I saw you hold her. I saw you hug her. And right then and there, I was not grateful that somebody had saved my life. I was not grateful at all. I wished I'd never opened my eyes. And nothing that has happened since then has made me want to change that wish.
Hello, you two. Cece?
Hi, Cece. Mama let us in through the kitchen.
Oh, she didn't tell me she was expecting you,
No,
too.
she wasn't. We came to talk to you.
We both came to talk to you. About Brandon. Oh, now you're getting involved in the Brandon affair. I told her I would help her if I could.
Brick happens to think that I should have Brandon.
I don't care what he thinks. Brick's preferences don't enter into this. Santana, you gotta understand something. I have contracts. I have promises. I have
With Gina. Because she's found a new way to blackmail you.
You just don't understand the position I'm in. You just don't. But will you understand this? I love Brandon. I will always consider him my grandson. I will always take care that nothing happens to him.
Cece, you have already broken that promise. Because he is harmed every day that he's in this house believing that she's his mother. I beg you, Cece, will you please let me have him back?
can't do that.
I knew that this was a waste. I'm through with just talking.
Cece, you're one selfish man.
Yes, I am. Well, you would do the same thing for Johnny, I think. If you don't know what it is to be a father now, you will soon enough. Don't you understand that I have to protect Kelly at any cost?
Even at the cost of Brandon?
That's not the way it is.
Surely the powerful Cece Capel can find another way to help her.
I have had to negotiate with everything I own, and I wish you wouldn't take sides.
You can't get through a day here without taking sides. What do you...
Excuse me. Hello. Yes, this is Capel. What? Are you sure?
What is it?
Thank you for calling.
What is it?
The airport. Gina took up my jet plane with Sophia on board.
Gina and Sophia together?
Sophia would never go willingly. Anyway, with Gina, she would let me know if... Tells me Gina's forcing her to go.
2 times? 10, a million? How many times you hear her cry for help?
Look, I know what I said must have sounded a little bit strange.
That's dark fear. You do sound like a witness, you know.
No. It's just that I've imagined how Katie felt all alone and frightened out there in the water. I imagined Eden felt the same way.
You don't care about Katie. You can't imagine how she felt. Not the way I did. Not the way she lived through it.
No, you don't
You don't
understand.
care whether Eden lives and dies. So why are you so thrilled at pulling her out of the ocean?
Because of Katie. I always wished that I had been able to save her, and with Eden, it was like a second chance.
Wish you and Cruz jumped at. How did that happen? Where was your boyfriend, Martin?
Martin's left. He went to see a specialist about his knee. Keith, why can't you put Katie's death behind you and stop blaming us for it?
Tonight, thanks to you, I'll hear her cries for help again. And I'll hate you for it.
Will you stop for a second and let me talk to you?
See, I'm seeing myself with a little more clarity than I ever had before. You know, and I got to tell you that I never thought that what we had, that special something that we had, could ever happen with anybody else, but it has. It happened with Victoria in the not-so-distant past. That's more painful than you will ever imagine.
You are dead wrong. What Tori and I had was altogether different. Stop. I am not the same person I was then. When I met and fell in love with you, everything changed. For me and about me.
And for me, too. But the past didn't change.
The past
It certainly didn't go away.
doesn't change. The past doesn't go away. Most people learn to accept that somehow. You would rather spend your life hating Tori for the part she played in mine. Well, I'm sorry, Eden. I can't live that way.
Well, I can't live seeing all these old feelings that you have with Victoria relive themselves again and again every time you're with her.
What you saw between us was me thanking her for saving your life. Shoot me. The woman gets a chance, finally, to atone for not having been able to save Katie's. I was happy for her, Eden, and I'm not going to apologize for it.
But then everything's fine then, isn't it? I'm alive and Katie's dead and Tori's conscience is clear. She's free to chase you as far as she can without any obstacles. Well, that is, if I step out of the way. Which is exactly what I'm going to do.
You haven't heard a single word I've said, have you? You know, you are more stubborn, more willfully paranoid than anybody I've ever met. And what's worse, you enjoy it. Otherwise, you couldn't possibly have kept it up for so long. I'm trying to send you a message. I cannot and will not continue to deal with it.
I wish my plan with Martin had worked. And that he was able to take Victoria away. That would have ended it all right.
Eden.
What can I do for you?
I came to bring you and Cruz some good news.
Cruz isn't here.
Oh, well, then I'll tell you the good news.
Come on in.
Oh, thanks. Cruz may have already gotten his papers, but, in case he hasn't, I thought maybe you both should know that the official divorce papers came through today. Both free again.
Oh.
Oh. Is that all you're going to say? I thought you'd be thrilled. You're free to marry Cruz now. Or did you already know?
No, I hadn't heard.
Oh, maybe you want to see it in writing. Here. What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I'm sorry. I think, I know how much pain the two of you went through.
I'm fine, Eden.
Listen, I do appreciate you coming by to tell us. I'm very grateful to you.
I hope you are, because I was going to ask you to do something for me, too, if you will.
What?
I need your help. You see, I need your influence to convince your father to give Brandon back to me.
Well, Santana, I don't think he would do that. I can't imagine him. I mean, I don't think I can change his mind either.
No, that's not true. You can make Cece do anything in the world. When has he ever refused you?
Well, more often than you know, obviously. Look, Santana, I don't want to interfere in this.
No, you can. You must. Otherwise, Gina's going to have Brandon once she marries Cece, and I can't allow that to happen. You owe me at least that.
Santana,
to help me get my son back.
My father is protecting my sister by marrying Gina. He has no choice. Gina will be living in our house, and she will be taking care of Brandon. And I cannot ask him to do any different. I will not. I want my sister home.
Oh, my God. I am a fool. How could I expect anything else? You don't care about anyone now that you've got Cruz. You know, now that you've finally got everything that you want, the rest of us can go straight to hell, can't we?
Have you reached Cece yet?
They're trying to patch in a call.
He's not going to save you, Gina. I don't think you're as sure of that as you'd like to sound. He's going to side with me, Sophia, because he has to.
Sorry.
You know, as long as we have this pilot here and this little plane and we're on our way to this little island, why don't we just drop you off there? It'd be the perfect place for you to go into exile.
Look, we're running into some turbulence, and it's going to get a lot worse. So why don't you take your seat and put on your seatbelt? Oh, wait a minute. I have your call from Mr. Capwell now.
But let me talk to him first.
Cece? Darling, are you there?
Sophia! Darling, what's happened? What's Gina done? Has she kidnapped you or what?
No, sweetheart. It was actually kind of the other way around. I decided to take her and drop her off on one of the islands off Baja, where she can't hurt anyone for a long time.
You should have told me. I would have come along for the ride.
Cece, I am warning you. You better tell this crazy broad to turn this plane around. Or you know what's going to happen? My accomplice is going to destroy that tape.
Your accomplice? I don't think you have an accomplice, Gina.
Oh, but you can't be sure. I don't think you can take that chance, Cece.
I want to talk to the pilot.
All right? Go ahead. Now you'll see.
Right here, Mr. Capwell.
Alan, what's the situation up there?
Well, I'm trying my best to fly around the storm, but we're on the outer edge of it now, and it's a bad one. There's a lot of turbulence.
Do you think you have any trouble making it to your destination?
No problem. It won't take long.
All right, in that case, stick to your flight plan, huh? Sophia, can you hear me?
Yes, darling.
Get rid of the excess baggage and hurry home. We have some serious celebrating to do.
Consider it done, darling. Bye.
I don't believe this. These people are breaking the law, and you're helping them do it. If we ever do get back to Santa Barbara, I'm going to make sure you end up in jail, too.
Lady, will you sit down and give me a break?
If you won't change the course of this plane, then I will.
Gina, get out of it. Oh, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. Mayday! Mayday!
Sophia, what's going on? Darling, can you hear me? Sophia! Someone come in!
So you're really gonna go?
It's what you want, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. What do you think? It's probably what I should want, huh?
If you want to stop me, you can. All it takes is 3 words.
I don't think I know the words for us anymore. I really don't.
Well, if you want a hint, I can...
I don't need a hint.
You don't want to say it to me?
I could say it, Eden, and I could mean it. But that's been the problem. We say the words, we think that's enough. Obviously, the words aren't enough. I love you isn't enough.
Oh, goodness, it's getting nasty out there, isn't it?
People on the radio say it's going to be a really bad storm.
You afraid of storms?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. Well, not as long as Lionel's around. Nothing scares him, does it?
No, I don't think so.
Except for his wife. Is he okay? Did you stop him from turning off the lights?
That I don't know. I tried.
Oh, I like him. And Pearl and Kelly and Jane and you and Minx.
Nice to have friends, isn't it?
To be in a storm with, yes. I guess that's why I'm not afraid of them, because when I was in the hospital, Brian always took care of me.
Now, I remember you talking about Brian. Another friend?
Brian, well, he was different. Well, what I mean is, he was more than a friend. Much more.
Well, that's lovely.
Yes, it was. We met in the hospital in Boston. I was very different then.
In what way?
Well, I was scared of everything. Everything scared me. I'm much better now, though.
Well, I know you are. What scared you then?
Shadows, people, sudden noises, everything. Memories, thoughts, my own voice. I didn't talk to anybody before Brian came along. And then I didn't even talk to him either. Well, you know, when he first came along, and he tried everything he could think of. It was sort of like a challenge for him. Then he gave up, but he gave me this notebook, and he said that if I didn't talk, at least I should try and read it. And then maybe I wouldn't be afraid anymore, because then I'd see the words, and they wouldn't hurt my ears. And you know what it was?
What?
It was a notebook with stories and poems that he had written himself. And one of them was about me.
Oh, that's very flattering, isn't it?
Well, it was like he'd sneaked around and looked inside me, and I got mad, and I called him a spy. And I asked him not to do it anymore. But you see, he made me read it again. And then I saw what he saw in me that was good. And then I didn't have to be afraid anymore. So I began to trust him. And then I began to think that maybe he was the only person who could help me. And then I began to wonder if maybe he was the only person who loved me, too.
Oh, darling, that isn't true. I mean, surely your mother loved you, Ollie, and your father?
I don't know. What's that kind of love if you can't remember?
Don't you?
Not for my parents, I don't. I try real hard, I really do try, but I just can't remember. Isn't that strange?
Excuse me. I'm sorry, I have to leave.
Where you going, Lionel?
There's been an emergency. Sophia took the Capwell airplane up, and now they think it may have gone down in the storm. I'm going to get my boat and try to join the search party.
Lionel, wait a minute. Isn't it dangerous to go out in a storm like this? You're risking your life.
What is my life to risk, isn't it? I'm sorry, I have to go.
Hi.
Hi.
You found Eden yet?
Yeah, she's all right. She didn't want to go to the hospital, so she went home.
Good. Do you mind if I join you?
Tori, I'm really not in the mood for conversation.
What's wrong?
Like I said, I don't feel much like talking.
I'm sorry. Well, can I talk to you for a minute then, please?
Suit yourself.
I wanted to tell you that Martin has left town.
Glad to hear it.
And I also wanted to tell you that Keith has been asking questions about Eden's near drowning. He seems to think it has something to do with Katie. It scares me because I think I might have told him too much.
And so what do you want? You want me to cover for you again, or are you afraid that I won't?
I haven't asked you to do anything.
Well, that's good. Because I'm not in the mood to lie to anybody anymore, and I'm tired of people lying to me.
You think I'm not?
I don't know. I don't know what you want from me. I don't know which end is up around here anymore.
But at least you understood me.
Lucy?
Yeah.
I gotta talk to you. It's an emergency.
What's up?
Sophia took Gina up in the company jet. I was talking to her on the phone. And something happened, I don't know what. I think the plane went down.
Oh, no.
She was yelling, Mayday, Mayday, and then the line went dead. I don't know. I called Search and Rescue. I want you to take over. I want you to be in charge. You've had experience in this before, and I need you.
You got me.
Mayday, Mayday, this is 693 Kilo Juliet. Can anyone hear me? Mayday, we're 3,000 and falling.
He's not waking up, Sophia. We're going to be killed.
Gina, shut up and try to bring him around. I need him.
You can fly. We're going to be all right. You're going to be able to get us down.
Losing altitude fast, the radio doesn't work, and I have very little idea of where we are.
But you can get us down, can't you?
Right now, I don't.
Is there anything I can do?
How's Alan?
Well, he won't wake up. He's unconscious. But what about us?
Well, how will we do? Gina, we're losing power now. I don't know how long we have.
I swear, if we ever get out of this, I am going to kill you. You got us into this. It never would have happened if it weren't for you.
I'm the only one that can get us out of it, so you better keep still. Can you hear me? This is 693 Kilo Juliet, Mayday. We are approximately 30 degrees north, 119 degrees, 30 minutes west. Are you receiving? Over. Can anyone hear me?
Can they hear you?
I don't know, Gina.
Well, isn't there something you can do? Can't you bring the nose up? Do something.
I am doing everything I can.
This is awful. What are we going to do?
What's that?
What's that noise?
One of the engines, Gina. One of the engines dying.
We lost an engine?
That's right. And now we're going to have to land. We are going to have to take a forced landing.
We can't. We don't even know where we are. Are we still over water or what?
I don't know, Gina. We're just going to have to take our chances. Unless you want to bail out first.
Hi.
Oh, it's you.
Hi. I'm glad to see you too. Gee, thanks. You look wonderfully well wrung out for someone that's so recently survived a watery death, darling.
Keith, what do you want?
I was concerned about you. I called up the hospital to see if you were there. You weren't, so I thought I'd stop by and see how you were myself.
Keith, I'm fine. I'm fine, okay? I got home on my own, thanks.
Well, darling, I'm glad. Listen, I called Victoria, talked to her. She told me what happened. I think she didn't account for everything, though.
What was there to account for?
Oh, well, gee, for instance, like what you and she were doing on the beach together.
Does it matter?
It matters one hell of a whole lot if it has to do with Katie, did it?
I'm surprised you didn't ask Victoria.
Oh, Victoria, she was like a broken record. She said how relieved she was to be able to rescue you, you know, and how sad she was that she wasn't on the beach the day that Katie died. You know, I don't think she really cared too much if she rescued you or not. It was sort of like a personal victory, you know.
Well, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can add to that. I don't know what her motives were, and I really don't care. All I know is she was there, and she saved me.
Come on! You know as well as I do it had to do with Katie.
Keith.
You're not telling me the whole story,
I
darling.
went swimming. I got cramps, and she saved me.
You and Cruzy planning a little vacation, right? Huh?
None of your business. None of your business. You and I, we don't have anything to talk about, okay?
Okay.
So why don't you just leave, please?
No. For now. All right, I'll leave. But you're not telling me everything. I can keep digging till I find out the whole story, everything that happened.
Stay away from me.
No. Gee, I'm afraid I can't do that. I'm going to keep coming back until I find out exactly what happened.
You're wasting your time.
Well, okay. We'll leave it that way for now. You know, it is weird, though, isn't it? For once, you and I seem to be on the same side, huh?
Just speak a little louder. Were you able to pick up any coordinates on them? You did? No, you didn't. Yes, I will be here. Would you please let me know as soon as you hear anything? Thank you very much, whatever you're doing. Caroline, I really don't have time to talk right now.
I wanted to warn you. Lionel said that Sophia went up in your plane today.
Yes, I know. I've been keeping in contact with the Coast Guard. How did Lionel find out?
Well, he didn't say that, just that he was going to go get his boat and try to join the search party, and he went dashing off.
Right. That's ridiculous. I know how badly he wants to play knight errant. They wouldn't let him out of the harbor in a storm.
I begged him not to go, but I know you must be frantic. I'm so sorry. If there's anything at all I can do...
Thank you. No, there's nothing you can do.
I just pray they're all right.
You seem very concerned about Lionel.
Well, yes, I am.
Rather sudden, isn't it? What is Lionel to you?
A friend.
Yeah, well, do you have even an approximate fix on where they... How long ago? All right, well, that's better than nothing. Yeah, I'll get there as soon as I can, and we can sketch it out down there. You bet.
Are you really going out there?
Of course I am.
Be careful.
You know, Tori, I'm really proud of what you did today. But it doesn't wipe out the past as far as you and I are concerned. Nothing can change the fact that Katie did die. And I'm not sure that anything can make up for it.
I know. I guess it's just something I'm going to have to learn to live with.
That may be true. I'll see you.
Well, if it isn't the intrepid Inspector Castillo.
What do you want, Keith?
Oh, confirmation. They say that you're going to head up the rescue mission to save Sophia and our old friend Gina. Please, tell me it's true.
It is true. I don't see what it has to do with you, though.
Well, I hear it's a suicide mission in this storm, so I want to urge you to go on. It would save me a whole lot of grief if you just sailed out and never sailed back.
Good God. You never give up, do you?
Oh, you're damn right I don't.
What the devil are you doing?
I came to see if you need any help.
Oh, it's idiotic to come out in this kind of weather.
I'm a good sailor, and you need help. I mean, you can't handle a boat like this by yourself, not in this kind of weather. And besides, I didn't have anything else to do with my time, so why not? Now, is that enough reasons, or do you need more?
Well, that is a very generous offer. But do you have any idea what you're letting yourself in for?
I've been out in storms before.
Have you? Anyway, the Coast Guard will probably order me not to leave port.
Well, I'm glad.
Stormy weather. Where's Lena Horn when you need her?
I'm sorry to do this to you, but I'm afraid we're going to have to close the place up. You're going to have to leave.
Oh, gee, abandoning a sinking tower? What are you going to do after the evacuation? You know, if you need a place to stay, I have an apartment available. No, seriously. Listen, if you need some help, I'll volunteer, you know, clearing the place out from stragglers. Here's one you'd like to get off your hands. Hey!
I can handle everything fine, thank you.
You're a brave girl.
Victoria, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave. We're closing the place up.
Fine, no problem.
While I'm at it, I want to thank you for what you did today. It seems a little inadequate to thank someone for saving your life, but I'm very grateful.
It was a stupid thing to do.
Yes, it was stupid. But at the time, it seemed the only right thing to do.
It was a grandstand gesture that almost cost you your life.
Yes, I know that. Well, I've said thank you, and I said I'm sorry. And I want you to know that this does not clear the path for you and Cruz. I've made my mistakes in my time, but I still am the only person that's right for him.
I think that's something that he'll have to decide for himself.
Cruz has decided a long time ago. We've had our problems, but we worked them out. And if you try to come between us again, you're going to find yourself very badly hurt.
Capwell, please. Well, just give her a message then. Tell her Cruz called and tell her... Oh, never mind, man. I'll talk to her later. Yeah, thanks. I love you, baby.